Hello everyone, this is Brian bringing you episode 12 of my reusable space program, career mode version .90. I hear that 1.0 is going to be released fairly soon. That's quite interesting. Okay, tonight got some interesting contracts here going all at once. The one I'm after, I'm going to do this live by the way, and I'm going to show my mouse on this recording. I'm hoping you can see that because this could be quite interesting. How come? Ah, there we go. Okay, so let's see. We are shooting for. Look at all this stuff going on around here. The one we're shooting for, I think, is this one, this blue one here. And you can see it's kind of a high altitude one. 1.3 million on that side and 354 on that side. So what I plan to do is set up a base on MUN, and before you do that, I'm going to use the MKS system, modular colonization system. Usually the first step in setting up a base is to scan for resources so you can get a good location. And a resource satellite is a scanner is what you use to figure out where the resources are. So I'm going to use the satellite mission to position a scanner in orbit. Now eventually I'm going to have, I think, 3 or 4, even 4 of these up there scanning various attributes of MUN, so I'll probably use these other ones for that too. And for those scanners, ideally you want a polar orbit so that the body you're scanning will rotate underneath you and you end up overflying every bit of it. So what I'll do is I'll send the scanner up to complete this mission here. Then I will alter this orbit to suit my needs once the mission is complete. Alright, here we are arriving in orbit with PostMe doing the voiceover. Thank you very much, LiveMe. Does this make me schizophrenic if I'm talking to myself like this through time? I don't know. Anyway, we've got our satellite atop the LV-250 launcher. I've remodeled this with the SpaceX landing gear, which I like a lot. Looks way sleeker. And unfortunately I missed a step in the remodel, which I will go over at some other time after you see the landing. So yeah, here we are, and we're on a suborbital. I'm going to skip through the circularization. You've seen a lot of launches circularization by now. I don't need to do that again, and we will go back to LiveMe for all the maneuver node planning. Okay, bye-bye fairings. Alright, take it away, LiveMe. So if you don't know how to do this, first you just get your projected orbit to sit basically right on top of the other one. And right out to it. Like so. And then you just need to get the timing right, which you do by dragging this maneuver node around. So when I get up there, this is where I'm going to be, and MUN is going to be way over here, so I have to get there a little bit differently, like so. And there's an encounter. Let's see, is this orbit off? So this orbit is off. This one could be interesting. I want to see here. Is this orbit? Very interesting. So the very best burn would put me coming in right up here at this apoapsis. If you can imagine coming in lined up with this planet at apoapsis, then I just do one single burn to get that periaps, to get that orbit. Next best thing would be, let's see, so I do want to aim a little bit high, I think. Next best thing would be come in somewhere, so I come in like through here with those lined up in that same plane is what I'm trying to get at. So I think what I can do is I can go slightly higher. Come on, you. Okay, it's not doing what I think it should be doing. You know what? I think I just totally screwed that up. I'm going to redo this. Well, this is kind of interesting. This puts me in behind it. Ah, I see. So I would come in like this. That's looking not too bad. I can probably make that even better on the way up. Okay, so I think I'll separate the payload. Okay. And back to post to me with a sped up 3x video here. LiveMe doesn't sound very good at 3 times normal pitch. Okay, so I'm burning that node to break orbit here, and using monopropellant a whole lot. I had to put monopropellant on this because someday I do want to dock with this and refuel it and probably send it to another body once the scanning of MUN is over. But I don't need, 1,000 delta V of monopropellant to do a docking. So I'm going to use some of it up here, which will help to lighten the load and thus make my other fuel go a lot farther. I'm going to use monopropellant a lot here throughout most of these maneuvers to get the weight of the craft way down and extend, like I said, extend the main fuel as well. Okay, one quick check at that maneuver node. Looks like it came out perfectly here. This is still sped up, so sorry about that. And we go back to the LV-250 for its re-entry. It was actually lined up perfectly for almost a direct entry, and unfortunately, when I did my initial deorbit burn, I kind of misread the trajectories, and it looked like it was on target, but it was on target, but with a whole nother orbit inside the atmosphere. So I figured that out a little bit late, and then very quickly decided to do a massive burn here to get to slow way, way down, and just go for a water landing here. This is at 3 times speed still, by the way. And you can see we way overshot. I think I'm about 20 kilometers off here. Go, and I've got a little bit of fuel left here, so I did not find the defect with my remodel until the next episode. But this fuel will help me slow this thing down for a water landing. You gotta do this super, super slow, like, around 3 meters per second or less. So I'm gonna very carefully slow it down. And after touching down at a nice 2 meters per second, we'll go back to LiveMe for Node Appaloosa. Okay. Alright, so we're on our way. Gonna time warp up here. Okay, now I do want to come in a little bit high. This is probably a good time to make my correction burn. I'm going the right way too on this orbit, so it's add maneuver. So if I go up, what happens? It's only 36. I think that gives me a better angle at that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that burn. I'm going to do it earlier though. Oh, I guess I don't want to do it too early. Okay. Do it right here. 10 minutes. Just tell SmartSAS to hold on the node. I can do this one all by RCS as well. So even though I burned RCS for a very long time, the delta V I can get from RCS didn't drop at all because of all the main fuel that was burned, which made it so much lighter. Okay, 22 seconds, RCS on. Okay, yeah, this will be a quick one, so I'll wait. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to turn myself more in the direction of this line here, try to intersect this. So let's see if I burn this direction. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit this way. Alright, go for it. Okay, here we go. Add my RCS to it again. Okay. Alright, looks like we're going to cross it. So now I need a node right where they cross. Alright, first of all, let's get this part right. Okay. Right. Go up to the node. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. Let's see, am I close enough for a scan now? Even though I'm 2 seconds away, and I'll scrub that. Okay, let's go. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Now, I'll probably do my retro burn. Yeah, there we go. I like it. And once I get to the apoapsis, change my periapsis, and this is done. Okay, and that's in 2 minutes. Okay. All right. Last one. Nice. Should be close enough. I could probably get it like exactly on there, but I'll settle for this. Stop fighting me. And there we are, contract completed. $114 science, 213 funds, nice. Okay, kill that, kill that, kill that, kill that. Survey data. Huh, okay. Okay, now the best altitude for this, let's see, now I need to switch this, right? I need to switch it to a polar orbit and periapsis of, oh gosh, what was it? I think it's in the neighborhood of 100. Is what's ideal for this camera. I'm going to change this to 150 and see how good that is. So if I just set this to retrograde, turn RCS on, there we go. Oh yeah, 150, not 250, okay. Alright. Now we're going to zoom all the way around to the periapse. Okay, this is Post-Me again, back with an accelerated video. So I bring the apoapsis down to circularize this at about 150. So now I'm moving the satellite into position to do the MUN scanning that I was after. Now, next step will be to raise the plane, or raise the inclination rather, all the way up basically to a polar orbit. Looking pretty good there. Zoom over, do the burn. Okay, and with that, the scanner is in orbit. Time to deploy it now. At the time I launched this, there were some bugs with this part, this scanning telescope, and ScanSat. ScanSat is a mod that displays a map. This is a part that gathers the information. They weren't talking to each other. So I opened it up, I played around with it a little bit just to see if I can get anything on it. And of course it wasn't working, but that's okay because a few days after this video was completed, it all got working again. So you will see this in a future episode, and you'll probably see it bits at a time as the map is completed and I figure it out too. So I see there that menu is telling me that the altitude was ideal and that it was getting some information, but without the map it's kind of useless. So playing around with the map a little bit, nothing there. Okay, that's it for tonight. I will see you next time. Bye.